This is Government Postgraduate College, Attack, and I am Muhammad Ali, lecturer in English. I am going to deliver my lecture regarding online classes, and this online class is for M English Part 2, and the paper is Literary Criticism. And as we know that I have selected Poetics, and we are studying this very book written by Aristotle. Previously, we discussed the relative importance of plot and character, and today I am going to elaborate the concept of catharsis, that is the function of tragedy. And this concept means the function of tragedy, or in other words, catharsis or tragic catharsis. It is very significant or very important as far as tragic art is concerned. So, let us discuss Aristotle's conception of tragic catharsis and various critical views. I am going to read out the text selected portion from the chapter that is given in your book. You can open your book at that page, Aristotle's conception of tragic catharsis. First of all, I am going to read out the introduction that is written in the book, then I will explain in detail. Catharsis is a controversial term, means the critics, they are divided in their opinions regarding the interpretation and explanation of this very word catharsis. The term catharsis is used only once in the course of Aristotle's Poetics in the 4th chapter, yet there is hardly any other single term which has given rise to so many different interpretations and controversies. The difficulty arises out of the fact that Aristotle does not define or explain the term. Perhaps he did so in the 2nd book of the Poetics, which is lost. The term has been explained by critics in the light of its use in Aristotle's other works, such as his Politics and Ethics. It has also been noted that the term catharsis has 3 meanings. It could mean purgation, or purification, or clarification. Critics have interpreted Aristotle's views in the light of each of these meanings, and it has not done much to ease the difficulty. Only one thing has been agreed upon, that tragedy arouses pity and fear, but there is difference of opinion as to how the arousal of these emotions lead to tragic pleasure. This point is very interesting. Pleasure means when we witness a tragedy or tragic art or tragic drama, then how can we get pleasure from that play, or from the tragedies and the catastrophes that are presented before us. But very interesting debate is there in this chapter. And first of all, I would like to explain a few main points regarding this very term catharsis, then I will explain in detail. The first point is that the term is controversial, means the critics, they are divided in their opinions. Then the next point is the place of catharsis, this very concept, that it is actually function of tragedy. The third point that we will explain, that is the place of pity and fear in catharsis. Then I will explain kinds of fear, and the next point that I will explain, that will be the modern concept regarding this catharsis, and moderns, they are of the opinion that pity only is linked with catharsis. And similarly, I will explain concept of Elizabethan writers, and according to Elizabethan writers, there is pity and admiration. Means instead of fear, they actually use the term admiration, that there is admiration, that the audience or the spectators, they admire the work of that art. So, the meanings of catharsis. Catharsis is taken as a medical term. I will explain this catharsis in terms of medicine. Purgation theory, I will explain purgation theory. That it means partial removal of excess of humors. In human body there are humors, means there is fear, jealousy, likewise hatred. These are different humors that are present in the psyche of human beings. Then there is a concept like curing like. Then there is also concept homeopathic treatment, that is. And the other point that I will explain, that is about Plato, that crying child is rocked to sleep by singing as well. These are various points that I will explain in my presentation. And I will also discuss Milton Sampson Agnes. And the effect of tragedy is to temper and reduce emotions. And these emotions artificially produced. And then there is a concept pathological, or pathological means scientific study of diseases, that is the theory. And similarly there is another theory, Freud's theory, that is psychological neurosis, the problems, mental problems that the people they face, and that is also linked with catharsis. The other point that is that will be discussed, that is unlike curing unlike, that is neoclassic theory. I will discuss to remove causes, means anger, pride or jealousy. Likewise, by producing pity and fear, we remove pride, jealousy, means harsh humors are removed. By producing mild emotions, means by producing pity and fear. I will explain in detail. Dryden, preface to Troilus and Cressida, I will explain in this very book written by Dryden. And the next point is psychological interpretation. Psychological interpretation that close to purgation theory, and I will explain Herbert Reed, and I will discuss that it is taken as a safety valve, and it is a new creative theory, that is psychological interpretation. And the pity is impulse to advance, and fear is impulse to withdraw. And this new theory, this psychological theory or interpretation that is restricted to pity and fear. And with this I am going to end my presentation. Thank you very much.